Oh, hello again. It gives me great pleasure to introduce you to someone who's a motivating force behind the event and really heart and soul of the Clough Taylor People's Run. This is Wendy Dickinson, who is Peter Taylor's daughter and has been a fantastic support in getting the event off the ground, and of course all in memory of your father and Brian Clough. And please tell us, how did it make you feel when you heard that we were trying to put this event together and get the whole thing off the ground?
Well, hi, and to be perfectly honest, Jim, when you contacted me, it must have been, what, a year or two ago now?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. I thought this will never happen. I totally admire your resilience and your determination to get it off the ground. It's a great pity we couldn't do the stadium-to-stadium run along the A52, but that wasn't for the want of trying, was it?
No.
No. But to actually get the Donington circuit, I think, is fantastic, because not only people who are runners will be interested in coming here, but it's bike fans, you know, racing car fans. I know on Twitter there are people who are saying, fantastic to be able to come and walk or run around this track. So I'm amazed you've done it. Fantastic, well done.
Well, thank you. I have to say that as a football fan, but also a motorsport fan, it would be amazing. Unfortunately, as the organiser, I can't take part in the event, but I would love to run in the tracks of one of Ayrton Senna's greatest ever races.
Right.
So to a motorsport fan, that's fantastic.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Not to lose track, the main purpose of the event is to say thank you to two great guys, Brian Clough, Peter Taylor, probably more to the East Midlands than names like Robin Hood.
Well, I think so. It constantly amazes me, actually. It's 23 years nearly since my dad died. Brian obviously lived longer than my dad, but he's been dead a fair few years now. And their names still bring people flocking to things like this. I suppose as a daughter of Peter, you could take it for granted. But they are so popular, and they are much loved, I think, in the East Midlands. And to have this event right bang in the middle of the East Midlands, between the two cities, Nottingham and Derby, that meant so much to them, I think it's terrific. I think they'd be absolutely thrilled. And
as a byproduct, we're hoping to raise a lot of money for charity as well, which must add to the feeling.
Very important. I think the 4 charities that have been chosen and nominated, I'm really pleased about them, because they are the smaller charities. That's not to say that large charities don't deserve all the support they get, but often smaller charities need profile, they need funds, and a small amount of funding can actually make a huge difference to a small charity. So I think they're terrific charities.
And one of those charities was your personal choice. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, it's the Nottingham University Hospitals research fund into pulmonary fibrosis, which is a disease that killed my dad in 1990. It's a completely devastating illness. Dad was diagnosed at the age of 59. It's a lung disease. Really, the way I describe it to people is that it gradually just hardens your lungs so that they can no longer work effectively, and your lung capacity is diminished and diminished. And of course, without oxygen, without being able to breathe properly, all your organs are affected. Dad was diagnosed at the age of 59, and the prognosis then, from diagnosis to death, was 3 years. Sure enough, 3 years later, he died at the very young age of 62. What's really upsetting is that the prognosis hasn't changed much in 20 odd years, despite the magnificent research work that's going on at Nottingham City Hospital with Dr. Gisley Jenkins and Professor Richard Hubbard. Now, Dad, in the late 80s, when he was first diagnosed, took part in the very first research that was done into this disease at Nottingham University Hospitals. And that research has led to a department looking into this. And I just think it feels really good to me and to the Taylor family that we can put something back and help support them. So I would encourage anyone who's going to do this run, if you want to run for Peter, then choose this charity.
Fantastic. So if somebody is umming and ahhing, should I do it, should I not? Is 10k a bit too far for me? What would you say to that person?
I tell you what, if I can walk 10k, which I'm going to do, anyone can do it. I mean, I do like walking. I walk every day in the village where I live, but it's just up and down the village. But there are 2 months now. You've got time to get into training. You can do it if you're 5, you can do it if you're 10, you can do it if you're a serious runner. You know, I think my mum could do it, you know, and she's 84. It might take about a week, but I think anyone could do it. So if you are umming and ahhing, it's a great day out for the family. It's great to come and run or walk on this iconic circuit, and you can support a really, really good cause.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for your time today, Wendy.
Pleasure.
Let's hope that we have a fantastic day on the 10th of March, raise a lot of money for charity, and remember to grow people.
Absolutely, Jim.
Thank you.